sitting here in mid-May now, or early May, how do you feel about your team right now?
I like where we're at. I mean, we're still adding, still putting things together because you got the transfer portal, which is, you got guys coming in almost every day and still have business left. We've added guys to it that we feel very confident about, and thought we had a good spring. So, I mean, we'll be healthy. We're going into this summer. That's going to be exciting.
How is that process going with the visits and guys coming and evaluating portal guys? How is that process going overall?
Y'all, it's going great because you're doing them every day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that's the change now, that you got visits and people on campus basically all the way through June. I mean, even now in May, which is great. I mean, it's part of the game now, so you get to meet those guys. We have people on campus right now. So, those things are happening every day. It's just like an everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
What are the change?
What are the areas you feel like you need to bolster most on?
I think just our team. You go get the best available players that you think can help you win a championship or play well and have a good football team. I mean, you take depth across the board, but you're not just getting guys don't want to come to be guys that add depth. They want to come to play. So those situations got to occur, and that creates competition, which makes you better. Competition makes you better. That's the greatest thing about it.
So it's hard to believe we're almost 2 years into the NIL deal. How would you think Texas A&M has handled that overall in terms of 2 years in?
Well, it's been good. I mean, it's what it is. It is what it is, and it's ever changing in how the things go about it, and the rules change. Because before it was ready, shoot, aim. Before everybody put all the rules together, there's no consistent rules, and I think A&M's done a really good job. I think our people have been very supportive, and our people have handled it the right way and done it the right way.
Is that 12-man plus been in a positive?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
As they're going now. That just swung over, so we'll see in time how that goes.
I think I've just hired a new AD for NIL.
Mm-hmm.
How involved in that process? What do you see as that being?
That's part of what they're trying to do, is go out and find NIL situations and not raise money as much as they are just trying to find opportunities for the players. And that's basically what a lot of people have already had that in place. A lot of people were doing that because of their state laws were allowed to do that before. Texas was not. Now they're evolving into that.
Big topic coming up, 8 or 9 games. Do you prefer in terms of the conference schedule?
Why not do 10? We did 10. We did pretty good with 10. But 9. I mean, I think it'll eventually go to 9. I do. But like I say, it'll all go back to what the contracts are, the TV contracts, and do you pay for the new content? I mean, that'll be the thing probably. I mean, guys got to look at, but it's going to up it. It's going to the new contracts, the SEC, and it ought to be great. And most likely, I think it'll be 9, which I hope it does, because I think I'd like to play everybody in the league. Like, if a guy stays 4 years, he got to have a chance to at least play every team in the league.
Does a 12-game playoff help in that situation as well when you play more conference teams?
I don't know if that. I think they're going to pick it, whoever's there. But I mean, it doesn't hurt you because it's strength of schedule, and our leg's stronger than everybody else's. So I mean, it definitely you should have an advantage in that regard. But they also make you another great opponent. So that's another tough game. So it gets both ways.
Jimbo, do you think you guys have gotten 3 guys to commit from the portal? The corner from Boston College. You guys got the guy from Rice, Stuart Johnson, and then the guy from Jackson State, Durante. Can you tell us a little bit about those guys and kind of what they bring to your team?
Well, no, I mean, Johnson, that's Jerry's son who's there, but I mean, he's been a very big physical guy that can play short yardage, goal line situations, catches the ball very well, can run the football, very power back. I mean, does a really good job. JD's a very experienced, explosive linebacker that can play inside, he can plug, he can run, physical, played a lot of football, makes a lot of plays, can play all the way, he's a complete player all the way through. And corner he can cover. He's played nickel. He's played dime. Played boundary corner. Played field corner. So I mean, a lot of experience, a lot of big time situations, a lot of game situations. So those help you tremendously just because of game experience and guys that have been very successful on the field.
What made you guys want to get the quarterback as well?
Last year, how many we need?
Yeah.
I mean, we went through and lost 3. I mean, you're talking about a game when Haynes King played the Florida game when we had. When Connor was sick, he had turf toe so bad that's what happened. First half, he played tremendous in that game. And what happened, he had his turf toe hit right before half. The second half, he couldn't function. I mean, he couldn't move, he couldn't run. It was injured. So, I mean, you always want to keep 4 on scholarship. I've always wanted to keep 4 on scholarship, and you do that. Today's time, that's hard because guys leave. But being able to get guys at numbers from a number standpoint, you definitely got to have it. And guys that are competitive and can win a job.
I think the spring game and Nice had that non-contact jersey. How's he doing physically?
He's been great. I just did that for him because we do it with a lot of fifth-year guys. Guys have been there and experienced, and in the off-season workouts, those guys have been through that wear and tear. So there's no reason there's nothing he's going to show breaking a tackle or getting hit in a certain way that you're not going to already know. So a lot of those older guys, you take care of as much as you can.
Do you feel confident he can be as explosive as he was pre-injury?
Oh yeah, I mean he's back full speed. He runs great, practicing great, going everything. There was no hinder. That had nothing to do with anything with him. That was just me and him. Did it for him and Damani being fifth-year guys coming back. There's no sense to lose those guys in a off season. You don't want to lose anybody. But those fifth-year guys coming back and been through that a lot. You know what they can do. So there's no sense to try to have an injury in a spring that we don't have to have.
And no question, but how important are these visits to Houston in terms of y'all's recruiting, being in?
Oh, this city is as good a recruiting city as there is in the country. And this city and some classes, we've had like 14, 15, 16, 18 guys in a tiny class we've taken down to Houston. Houston can be that capacity. It's as good a football as there is anywhere. It's great coaching. It's right here next to us. And it's always going to be a lifeline for us, just like Dallas and everywhere else is. But Houston's right here the closest. And it's going to be extremely important for us for the success of our recruitment.
As you've had a little more time to see what's in the portal now, is there a number that you'd like to get to when it comes to the roster? When it's all said and done?
If you get 85, you get 85, but very rarely do you ever have 85. Very rarely in my career, 15 years, that you've had 85 full guys on staff. If you probably had to pick an average, I would probably say, I'm going to go back to Florida State, you're probably saying 82, somewhere in there, 82, 83, and sometimes 81, 80 you'll have very often most of the time. But yet, again, that's where a lot of quality walk-on guys come on and have proven to be great players, and you can reward with scholarships and things that go on and where you go in the future or for a year or whatever, but that's generally where you're at. So, of course, you want them all, but it never works out to that.
When it comes to leadership, accountability, where is this team in that?
That's I think what I think it took the camaraderie of it, the competitiveness of it in the spring. What I loved, there was a smile on their face. Every day had energy. Every day had juice, and it was very competitive. And they were being accountable to how they competed each and every day. And that's the key is don't worry about winning. Do what's right today. Create habits that allow you to be successful. And if you do the little things right, the wins will come. We get so outcome oriented, and that's where you have mistakes. You have expectations, you have this. You can't worry about that. All you can do is what you do on a daily basis. And those create either great habits or bad habits. One, two. And you create enough great habits, then you handle pressure, you deal with situations, and you go play.
All right, Coach. Thank